Okay, alright. We're now live again after quite a while, so I'm hoping that the stream is okay. So hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. I'm your host Spidey, and today we're going to be streaming a different game as part of this streaming series. I know that I did World of Warcraft a couple of weeks ago, and I did Minecraft. But today it's going to be something a little bit different. So what we're going to be doing is playing Car Mechanic Sim 2021. I do actually have Car Mechanic Sim 2018, but because of the limitations that you get in Car Mechanic Sim 2018 being present, I thought let's stream the 2021 version instead, because we have, well, primarily a bit of an advantage because we can access extra features that we couldn't get from 2018. So yeah, I'm just going to turn the music down a little bit just to ensure that the audio is equal. I'll put it down to 5%, that should do. But yeah, so before we get started, I just thought I'd, do introductions and talk about why I haven't been streaming for quite a while. Well, it was because of bits and pieces IRL, work-wise, and not really getting a lot of time to actually stream, because I've been focusing on completing some games off air. So yes, but as I say, I've got 3 games that I am destined to complete by the end of this year, and I'm already 66.6 reoccurring percent of the way there. So yeah, I'm just going to see who is in the chat. Let's have a look. Right, yeah, so that's good. I must apologise for the false start earlier on. That was because Twitch thought that I was streaming WoW when I wasn't. I was actually streaming Car Mechanic Sim, and I've overwrote the stream manager to basically state that I'm actually streaming Car Mechanic Sim. So hopefully that will clear that false start primarily. Because I did remember to save that and override it, but sometimes Twitch can be a bit of a pain in the butt. So yeah, but likewise, I'm just going to just check Twitch quickly, make sure that everything is okay. Right, okay, so it's still got the old chat notification to say that I was streaming World of Warcraft, time for some fun in the garage from a novice. Well, that should be Car Mechanic Sim, time for some fun in the garage from a novice, but I've hopefully overwrote that, and I can see that now on the retake that we've got Car Mechanic Sim 2021 in the thumbnail. Well, not in the thumbnail, but as a hyperlink directory in the category, or the category's been corrected, shall we say. So yeah, hope you guys are doing good on this lovely Friday. Here in the UK, it's nice and sunny, and I think we're due for some nice warm weather next week as well, so it looks like summer is already here, given the fact that we are coming to the end of spring. So and if the audio on my mic or the game is quite loud, please tell me and I'll adjust it accordingly. So yeah, I won't be streaming for too long. This will probably be about 90 minutes to 2 hours, let's say, at max, because as I say, I've not streamed for quite a bit, and I'm just keeping an eye on the indicators to tell me if the signal is weak or strong. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going. So yeah, as you can see, I've got a couple of saves on here, and the one that we're going to be using is this one, Fish and Chips, just because I couldn't think of a good name. And plus, I've done some work, as you can see, yesterday on the 8th of May, just at around 10 to 11 at night, where I was just basically trying to add up some skills, really, or unlock some skills and extend my garage. And now I've got about 1,000 credits to be frugal on, because I could do with actually making sure that the repairs that I do allow me to get a bit of revenue before I invest that generated revenue back into the garage. So yeah, okay, so without further ado, let's go. And we can just simply click on that, and as you can see, we've got the lovely pistons going up and down, and that's always nice to see when you see an engine do that. But I think in terms of its revolutions, it's a lot faster in a real car. And also, this is going to be probably the most funniest video that you would ever watch, or stream rather, because I'm actually a little bit of a novice when it comes to repairing cars. I mean, I've not actually repaired my own car yet, but I'm hoping to do that in the future, because I've usually got a garage to do it. But I think it's always nice to try and learn something new. And for you petrol heads and mechanic experts out there, you'll be probably giggling your head off, and I'll be probably seeing either on the archived comments on YouTube or Twitch, well, actually YouTube, I'll be seeing a lot of laughing emojis. I'm predicting that there's going to be quite a lot of laughing emojis, but, you know, at least I'll be able to be guided by you guys, because I know that there are people in the TNC community that I am the proud owner of that are actually mechanics. So, yeah, or primarily are junior mechanics. So, yeah, as you can see, I have, customized the garage. I've took off all the default layout and stuff. And, yeah, as you can see, it looks really nice. Yeah, I like to have a diverse range of colour, really, like wallpaper, or in this case, paintwork and stuff. But yeah, as you can see, I've got 2 cars already in the garage on the car lifts, or vehicle lifts, I should say, because it's not just cars, but much rather lifts and stuff. And I'm just keeping an eye on the viewfinder, but I think because Mike's a little bit paused, if I just tab out, it will carry on. I don't know why it does that. Just see. Or is it because I'm moving it to another screen? Let me just see what happens now. Well, either way, hopefully it shouldn't lag out too much. But if it does, what I will do is, just so that I can keep an eye on it, I'm going to set the resolution to windowed. See what that does. But yeah, if you do experience any lag, please tell me. I'm going to limit the... Actually, let's have a look. Let's just see. Well, it seems like we're okay. I think if I put it in windowed, it's a little bit janky on the audio, but I think that's because I'm basically focusing the stream on the other screen. So I'm confident that it should be okay. I mean, on the viewfinder it's okay, but yeah. That's yeah. Right, so enough rambling on. Let's get to work. Right, so let's have a look. We've got a car that needs a lot of work doing. Hello, I saw that you've got quite good reviews, and I thought you'll surely handle my problem. I have been to a few experts already. The things that each expert said and didn't match up at all. Of course, the problem is still there. It boils down to this constant banging. It's unbearable, and the gearbox isn't working properly after the last repair. After a week, changing gear became a nightmare. Please check and try to fix any problems. I'm counting on your honesty. It's the last chance for my car. If this doesn't do the trick, I'll have no other option but to get rid of it. Anyway, let me know what happens. Right, okay, so there's there's not really much to do. I mean, there's a lot of parts that are pretty much the same, but they're going to be dotted around, usually around the suspension here, because we've got rod caps, pistons. Oh, right, okay, so there might be a problem with the timing on the pistons. So, or it could be the piston is weak. Flywheel, so yeah, the gearbox needs looking at. The crankshaft needs looking at. Clutch plate, spark plugs. Yeah, so it's mainly... Yeah, well, I don't think there's too much on the suspension, but it's just more of the parts that are literally connected close enough to the engine, really. But yeah, we'll have a look at that one in due course. Let's have a look at this one. I suppose we'll start with this one because this one's dead easy. So we've got to change the ABS module and pump, or anti-lock braking system, the brake discs, and the brake pads. So... yeah, let's start with this one. Let's start foundational, shall we? So we'll lift that up. I'm just going to double check as well if there was any other bits that the customer for this car wants us doing. No, he doesn't want any fluids topping up or anything else, so I think we're pretty much good to go. ABS module, right, okay, so let's go and order some parts. So we're going to go here, ABS. Now I think that's actually not in that category, it's under electrical because it's to do with the electrical system. So we need a new module. Oh, it's a bit high on the expensive side. I don't know if we'll have enough money to do that, really. Let me see, because that is quite an expensive repair. I don't know if I can sell some stuff. Might be able to, actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to sell some of this stuff, because I don't think we'll have enough money. This is going to be a bit of a bummer, I think. I think I've wasted too much money on upgrading the place, and I think I might have to, well, salvage some money, really. I could probably sell some of these brake calipers, actually, because I don't think there'll be that much. Well, it's nothing really, to be honest. Yeah. There's got to be a way to sell some stuff. Not just by selling parts, but other things as well. This is going to be interesting. I might have to go to another save and see what to do. Let me see, because I thought that would have been enough, 1,300. How much are the brake pads, actually? Let's have a look. Oh, they're not that expensive, really. So we need two. Well, let me just work this out, actually. So we need 700 plus 950. Yeah, that's going to be quite a lot, to be fair. Let's just have a look. Yeah, I don't know why those are very expensive. Because the brake discs and pads, they're cheap, really. I suppose it's dependent on the wear and tear, I suppose. Yeah. Let's just see how damaged the module is. Yeah, that is quite damaged. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to change that, but we can change the brake pads. Yeah, it's because I could do with building up some funds, really, but oh well. Not really the best of starts, but what can you do? I know that because I'm low level, if I was to unlock the skills that would give us a bit of a discount, it would have actually helped, but oh well, this one's quite an easy job anyway. Let's have a look at the caliper, because sometimes these parts don't actually need changing. As you can see, that one's like 63%, so that's okay. Right, let's remove that brake pad, and let's take off this caliper. Caliper's alright, and the cylinder's fine. Yeah, the pads look okay. I don't see why they need to change the pads out. I mean, that's 64%, so that should be okay. I don't know, it's just weird. Yeah, well, yeah, we could just leave those pads on because they don't need changing. Well, just put that one back together because there's no need to change that brake pad. I mean, yeah, we can change this one. That's no issue. But let's just have a look. I think I've only got one brake pad, haven't I? Right, let's do this. Brake pad. Yeah, you see, they're only 40 credits for pads, so yeah, we don't need a caliper because we can use the existing caliper. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's do that. I'll put the radio on in a bit. Let's just find it, actually. in this maze of a garage. Change the station to greatest hits. There we go. This is from within the game, so yeah, hopefully there will be an exception to using music that's already pre-built into the game. Right, so we've got the calipers back on. Oh, actually, did they say that they wanted to change the discs? Well, the discs don't really need changing. I mean, I suppose I'll just take off this wheel just to show you guys. Yeah, you see, I don't see any. There's not really much rust on there, so I don't know why they want this changing. To be fair, well, it's just AI, isn't it, really, for you? Yeah, the discs are fine. Or is it the rear ones? Or it might be the rear ones. Let's have a look. Well, the front ones, I have no doubt, need changing. Oh, yeah, this one definitely will. Well, 18%, yeah, that will definitely need changing. Right. Well, almost overlooked the fact that... Oh, and right, I see. That's why they needed another pair of brake pads. Right, let's just make sure we get the right brake disc. So it's the disc, not the drum version of it. So we'll take that off. There we go. There's the axle. It's well, the axle cover. These screws, or bolts rather, not screws but bolts. They I've seen better days, I guess. There we go. Just trying to be frugal with the budgets and stuff. Right, take the disc out. So how much is it for a brake disc? 140 for 2. Right, so we'll get those. I think I already brought... Let's just look at the inventory. Yes, we've got brake discs, pads. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've got some brake pads. Quite a lot of calipers. But yeah, right, let's just mount these on. Just put those pads on because they're still over half durability, so you know they'll be all right for a couple of miles. I mean, when we hand this back to the customer, it's up to them what they want to do afterwards. It's a true fact. If they want to bring it back in, then they can bring it back in, and hopefully by then we'll probably have more money. Because as I say, the more repairs that we do, the more money we make. So, yeah. Right, let's go for something that's decent. Let's just change. Well, caliper doesn't need changing. Nor does the caliper, whatever it's called, cylinder. And the tyres look okay as well, and the rims. Now, in terms of the way you screw these bolts on, I think you have to do them like that to begin with, if I remember correctly. Instead of doing it like in a circle, because you want to make sure that the wheel stays in place and doesn't move as you're screwing them in. But as long as you've got it, like, you know, secure enough, I don't think it matters too much. But I suppose, yeah, start with the top, and then the bottom left, and then bottom right, and then just do that. I mean, sometimes I just go around in a circle because, as I say, it's not like a real car, even though it's supposed to look like it's a real car. I mean, the detail of these wheel rims and tyres does look quite realistic, like with the way they're designed and everything. So, yeah. There we are. So we've got one more tyre. Oh, actually, no, we've got all the tyres on there now. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to have to finish this as an undone job because, well, actually, what I could do is just for... It's probably going to not make a... Well, let's just have a look. What's the most damaged part? The pump. Right, so we'll... I think just as a compromise, I'm going to change out the pump because the pump looks a bit more damaged, or there's a lot more wear on the pump than there is on the module, so I'm going to change the pump. Ooh, it's quite expensive. I'm going to risk it. I'm just hoping I can make a decent amount of money for this. I suppose if you complete all of the jobs, then you get a bonus. Oh, shoot, forgot to fit the bolts on fully. I mean, the attention to detail with all these, you know, parts and stuff, it does look realistic. Like, the battery looks... it represents a real battery, and the shock absorbers and the spring coils and everything, and the engine head and the intake manifold, exhaust manifold, and what have you. Right, so unfortunately I couldn't repair the actual module because it was quite expensive on top of the pumps. So yeah, but likewise, it'll do. We've sort of gone back to where we started. Right, let's have a look at this one. Right. Let's see if there's any more orders. See if there's any more that I can do. Suspension rattling. Repair all gears. Is there one that actually just requires like fluid top-ups? Because I think that would actually help. Other tasks. A 1992 Sentinel. Right. Take this one. See if we can try and build up some funds. Because changing, well, oil and stuff isn't really that expensive. I don't think. Let's bring this one over. Let's have a look. Oh, does need... Yeah, so this is a good example, right? So we can change all these, no problem. Like, well, replenish them, let's say. Not change them, but just replenish them. So what we do is, well, because it's washer fluid, what we sometimes do, or I sometimes do, is get the drain tool, and then it will pull out all of the excessive fluid that was already existent on all the bits and pieces. There we go. And then I need to go to part on mount mode and then top up the fluids. Usually there's indicators to tell you how far you've filled it up to, but because there's a bit of a blockage because of that, I think, air filter, is it? Oh, there we go. You can just see it there. There we go. That's fine. Yeah, this air filter's in the way, so I can't see the little gauge that tells me how much I've put in or how much I've got left until it gets really full. Whereas this one, which is the coolant, you can just see. I usually fill it up to the, well, almost the top. There we go. Bit of ASMR for you guys, which I'll do for this one, the windscreen washer fluid. There we go. Brake fluid. Let's see. Right, there we go. That's that done. Yeah, so let's clear that order. Oh, again. Yeah, sometimes with those sorts of repairs, there's not a lot we can do in terms of getting that bonus, really, unless we actually physically change parts. I'll probably have to go to another save and just do that, really, until I can work out how much I can sell in order to, well, fulfill the thing. Right, so below 30%, sell parts. Or I could just sell everything, I suppose. Make some money out of that. So I've got 1,551. I don't think I've got anything else, really. Yes, I've had to sell all the parts just to retain some cash. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. I'm just going to check something real quick before we move on to the next car. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions in the chat if you wish. Music is actually quite nice in this game. Right, okay. Just had to basically just reply to a message real quick. It was just a quick message. Someone asking me a quick question. But yeah, right, let's get back to where we left off. Right, okay, so yeah, I'm going to be very frugal with this. Replace all filters. Brake system needs fixing on this. Ooh, 2003 Ribsan Z530F spec. We'll take it in, guys. Hello, CoolPro195. Welcome to the live stream. Glad that you could stop by, man. How you doing? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's great to be back into the element, shall we say. But yeah, as you can see, I think by the time I've done a couple of these car mechanic sim live streams, I might end up becoming a petrol head. So yeah. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, I was actually, yeah. He says, I clocked you were playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 earlier on. Yeah, I was just messing about on zombies. Yeah, it's just one of those things, really. Right, okay. Oh, I've got to replace some filters, and we've got to change another ABS module. Which one's the most expensive? Is it the module or the pump? I think it's the module. Oh no, the pump's more expensive. All right, okay, so we should be okay. Fingers crossed. I'm going to have to just be frugal with the budgets and everything on here. Right, so let's have a look. Yeah, well, actually, Cool Pro, I played it last night. Yeah, I was playing it last night, just messing about on a custom map. I might do COD Black Ops 3 Zombies in the future, on a future stream, to put it lightly. Yeah. Right, those are going to be cheap, the brake pads, and I think the filters are going to be cheap as well, so let's have a look at how much the filters are before we commit to the full repair. Let's have a look. Air filter. Yeah, that's very cheap. Fuel filter. Yeah, that's also very cheap, because it's just that one there for all cars in this game, but of course in real life the fuel filters may be a little bit different. And then what was it? The oil filters. Yeah, the oil filters are very cheap as well. Coolpro says it's always great to get back into the element of live streaming. It keeps channel active and more people are encouraged to jump in. Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, that's why I've decided to stream not just to Twitch, but also to YouTube as well, so that people get the best of both worlds. And of course, I will archive this, as every streamer technically should, because then they can ensure that their viewer count is consistent, even if they're not actually live, but they can still leave comments as well. And I think that's a really good feature to have when you are, streaming and what have you. Right, okay, so let's have a look. Air filter, fuel filter, oil filter. So look at the tyre, well, the specs and what have you. So yeah, looks okay. Yeah, let's just going to move on. Right, so what's the oil filter model? Let's have a look. I'm not going to take it off just yet because I need to drain the oil first. And I know that petrol heads are going to start screaming at me if I don't change... Well, don't put the... this bad boy here, the oil drain pan, underneath, like that. Don't know why it would have needed to be changed, but there we go. Right, so it's a V8. A V8 oil filter, which is somewhere here. There we go. For 15 credits. Let's get that one. Right, so I need to unmount that filter. I've drained the oil, and usually in real life you would keep the oil drain underneath the car still, even when you take the filter off, even though I think you can get away with it on this game by just taking the actual filter off and what have you. But in real life, I always like to keep it underneath the car when it's airborne. So yeah, right. Let's add that filter on before I get distracted. There we go. And then I've got to just move that back. I know that I could have left that in there if I was, let's say, changing the fuel filter, but of course you can somewhat get away with not having to put that underneath and getting, like, you know, charged for cleaning up stuff. Right, there's the old filter, fuel one. Let's add the new one on because we purchased it from the supplier. As you can see, it looks nice and clean, and it's always nice when it's brand new, really. Cool Pro 195 says Black Ops 3 is a classic at this point. I can't believe it's actually turning 10 years old this year. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it was 2015, wasn't it, when it came out? Yeah, that's amazing, really, to realise that it's come to this point where it's 10 years old. Oh, I'm in the... well, I'm in my web VC on Deafen, which I will undeafen in just a second if you would like to hop on in there, Cool Pro, if you want to be my little guest commentator. So yeah, feel free to hop in there. I'm going to undeafen myself right now, actually. There we go. He also says, so this is pretty much a petrol head special edition for a comeback live stream. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, it's... well, it would make sense. It would completely make sense. Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, air filter. Right, let's have a look. Let's find the cover, or what they call the beauty cover, and in this case we've got the modern clips that we need to take off. Alright, it's just a normal filter. Yeah, definitely needs changing. It's quite interesting to actually see what the air filter looks like from close up, really, but yeah. It's just a rectangular sponge kind of thing, but with strips that are all glued together and uniformed together, shall we say. It looks a bit similar to mine, except mine's got like a little diagonal groove on it on my Ford Fiesta that I have. It's a 2017 plate. For those who are interested, or the petrol nerds out there, petrol head nerds or car nerds, automotive nerds. Right, there we go. Let's fasten the clips on. There we go. Right, what else do we need to do? Right, so we've done that. Let's buy 3 calipers and cylinders because we've had to sell them off. Can't be that expensive. We just need 3 of these, 3 of those, and pads, I think, was it? Just 1 set of pads, okay. And then the most expensive bit, the ABS module, which is not in there. I keep going into the wrong place. Ooh, look at that, 455. I just hope I haven't brought the wrong part. No, it's good. We've got it. We've got it, guys. We've got this. Yeah. So let's do that. At least the pump isn't dead. Unmount or rusty. Bit of DW04 or in real life WD-40 just to loosen the bolts. I'm just hoping we can get a bonus after this. I'm running low on credits. There we go. Looks nice and neat there. What else do we need to do? Just take the wheels off. Right, so I always keep thinking that we have to top up the fluids, but the customer for this car doesn't want the fluids topping up, so we'll just leave them as is. So we'll take all the wheels off because we need to identify which calipers need changing and which ones do not, given their life durability. Yeah, the pads look okay. Well, I could take them off and just have a look. 70%. Yeah, that's fine. Usually if you put the old parts back on, you can often tell, given the duration of its life. Well, of that part's life, shall we say. WD-40 on the bolts again. I know that there's a skill tree that allows you to basically unscrew things faster and rescrew things faster. So we'll probably get that once we get to a certain point in the actual game where we can actually, well, rapidly remove all of these bolts. I know that in the old days you had to use a torque wrench to remove the bolts. If you're doing like a roadside repair or something like that. Right, let's take that out. Ooh, pads need changing as well. Ooh, look at that! Look at all that rust. It's always the rust that devalues the pads. Right, let's do this. This is a real challenge, I have to admit. I'm going to add this wheel back on. That's probably one way of doing it. Just try and get all the bolts close enough to the actual housing and then fasten them all together. Right, okay, we don't need to change the pads on this side. Let's just do that, do that, do that. Just trying to reuse parts that are still durable. Okay, caliper. Ba, 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 ba. And this car's got sports tyres on. There we go. Right, I think all the wheels are on. Not that one. Let's get this one back on. There we go. Right, let's have a look. We've done the filters, we've done the brake system. Let's finish up. Oh, forgot to add the oil. Daft old me. Right, let's have a look. Where's the oil plug? There we go. Yep, the car won't start without the oil because there's no way for the engine mechanism to be loose enough every time the car's like running, or the engine's running, which is bad. And there we go. Probably overflowed it a bit there, but it doesn't matter. Front wheel sizes are mismatched. Alright, okay. At least you don't have to take anything else off, just the wheels. Oh, I see what I've done. It's because you have to do them like in pairs and stuff. I'll jump into the VC, but it's not particularly quite over here right now. Alright, so it's lively, is it? Yeah, well, you know, it'd be good to, you know, have you as a guest commentator on the VC, Cool Pro. I mean, if you've got noise suppression turned on, then it should cancel out the noise. Right. Okay. So that's rim module 2. What's this one here? Rim module 2. I don't get it. I don't get it. Differential in size. Or is it because I've not tightened up the bolts fully? I don't know. It's just weird. Mount. Oh. Oh, is it because it's a sports tyre? Well, I mean, I don't think they actually requested for a new set of tyres and rims, so I don't understand. Might be a bug. I might have just forgotten to just fully screw the bolts in, maybe. Yeah, Cobra195 says, yeah, that's one way of putting it. Yeah, I just don't get it. Oh, there we go. Now it goes. Alright, that is really weird. The sound design in this game is pretty simplistic, with how it presumably uses multiple stock sound effects to make up the overall scope of that particular department. Yeah. Yeah, well, you've got to get the vibe, though. It's like playing Billy Joel music if you were, let's say, in the 80s as a mechanic just repairing cars and what have you. Right, let's have a look. Wait, was that the same car that I actually repaired before? And they've been... I'm sure that's the one that we did before. Right, let's go for a different one. Let's get this Mini Cooper. Well, even though it's a different... I mean... Right, this is what's interesting about this game, is because it says here, 2015 Griffin Tyro, but then when you look at it, it just looks like a Mini Cooper, unless that's the type of Mini Cooper. It's only a baby car. And it's got the word Griffin written all over it as a... I don't know, it must be some sort of company branding or whatever, or is it Peter Griffin? Ooh, who knows? So Peter Griffin wants me to repair his Mini that I don't think he'll be able to fit in. It's like Jeremy Clarkson with his P45 or P or P50. Well, P or P50 trying to get in because he's 6'5". Alright, let's have a look at this. What needs doing? I think we can do this. I think we can do this because, again, it's another ABS module and pump module. But what I will do is I will just do a quick calculation to make sure that I've got enough credits, because if I've got to basically do these sorts of repairs constantly for multiple cars, at least then I will know how much it's actually going to cost me. $1,650 for the ABS stuff. 1843 minus 1690. 153, I think, plus 950. So 1843 subtract 1690. So I've got 153 credits to use up. Before it goes crazy. Right, okay. How much is it for the pads and stuff again? Well, actually, it depends on how many pads are needed. Really, I might have to just forfeit the ABS stuff if it gets too expensive. Well, actually, let me just type the word brake and just see what comes up. Right, so do we have... well, we've got some spare calipers. Oh, I can sell the old ABS modules and stuff. That shouldn't be much of a problem. Just sell what I can. Sell, sell, sell. The weak stuff. It's nothing, but it'll do. Right, okay. Corporal195 says that's pretty much the whole point of setting the environment, to be honest. Yeah, true. It's proper insane being 6'5" and having a car with a proper low-ass roof. Might as well get a convertible in that case. Yeah. You can't tell Jeremy, can you? I'll be honest, you can't tell him. Right, so we need one caliper, 2 pads, and a disc. So, let me just make a note of that again. So, 2 pads. That's doable. 1 disc, 1 caliper. That'll do. And then what else? Just that. Okay. I think we can do it. So, 2 brake pads, 1 disc, 1 caliper. Oh, that's not good. It's like with all these bloody ABS repairs, it's gonna make me bankrupt if I'm not careful. Honestly. This is a way for me to sell stuff and scale down the garage just to make some, lost funds or lost revenue. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just take these off. GoPro195 says, yep, he's the man of his reputation. Very true, very true. I was watching that race that James May and Richard Hammond did, where I think Hammond was in the electric Ferrari and James was in the electric plane, and they were going back to that test track that's just south of London. Oh, I forgot the name of the place now. I'm not that familiar with Surrey, but I know that you'd probably know a bit more about the villages and hamlets and mini towns around Surrey, because I know that you're from down south. But yeah. Right, let's just add that on. Because that's okay. That's okay. That's been removed, so I need to add that disc on. Ta-da! Actually, does that need... Is it this one that needs brake pads? Oh, wrong button. Alright, so about just over 3/4 of the way into the stream on the first half. And then I think after I've done a few more cars, if I haven't run out of money, then yeah, we'll have a break and yeah. So brake pad. I mean, come on, that's fine. I don't see why that would not, you know, be valid. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, surely. Unless you've got, like, OCD or something. Yeah, talk about AI people having OCD on them. Cooper195 says, I've passed through Surrey multiple times, so there's that as well. Yeah, well, if you're down south, and if you travel around that area, then yeah, you'll probably get a rough idea as to where I am referring to. It's that test track that they did all the testing of the cars and stuff, and they were doing, like, you know, they had, like, famous celebrities on, like Rowan Atkinson and Michael Schumacher, doing, like, laps around the track with, like, you know, Gambon, Hammerhead, and Chicago. But yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not an expert at cars. I just know the basics. Right, so the caliper... just use that one, that cylinder. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It'll be alright. There's no point wasting money when you don't need to waste money. But I know that garages IRL, if you're not careful, can rip you off, and they'll say, oh, you need this changing, or you need that changing, when if you just look at it, yeah, it's just because they want to make bloody revenue and stuff. It's because of what's happening with the world as it is, with, you know, trade and what have you. I'm not going to go into the politics of it, but I'm sure that you guys will understand where I'm coming from. Pretty much the case. Some people and their particular fixations. Yep. Very true. Okay, well, at least now they are happy that I have now changed those parts out. Let's get the module out. Oh, I forgot to buy the pump on the module, so we'll do that in a minute. But first what I'll do is I'll just double check, see if I've got any more. No, I don't. Right, okay. Here we go. This is going to be bad. ABS module, 700 credits. Oh, look at that. We've probably got about 45 credits by the time we've spent our money on the ABS pump. 55, okay. But still, I mean... That's really expensive for a system. I think we should be charging more, given how expensive it is. Oh, I should have probably unlocked that skill. Yeah, well, this is it. GoPro has hit the nail on the head. It's just, yeah. I mean, yeah. If that was quite big in size, I get that. But we should be charging, like, labour and stuff. You know, and I think this game does have this thing where you can charge labour, but yeah, I don't know. Right, well, that's done anyway. Let's close the bonnet on this Griffin car. Now that's more like it. Look at that. We've made a good profit there. We have doubled up on what we originally had, which was about 1,300 and something, I think, to begin with, actually, and now we've doubled up, which is good. So I think we're back in business, guys. I'm just hoping that there isn't any more ABS modules to replace, or ABS components to replace. Right, okay. Let's have a look at this one. This one looks a bit... right, I think this is... Was this the one that was left for me to have a look at? I can't remember. Oh, they're both needing changes. Right, belt tensioner. Let's start with the biggest one. Let's get our hands dirty with this one, like really dirty. Let's have a look. Right, so faster. I like how they've used that reg plate with letters and numbers and stuff just to say faster. Okay, right, so let's have a look at the... right, so rubber bushings. Now, they're dotted around the suspension, I think. Yeah, and we'll need to go underneath the car to get to them. Cooper195 says, the funny thing is trying to get cheaper parts... The funny thing is trying to get cheaper parts ends up costing you more money in the long run, hence them not being sold by genuine retailers, featuring little to no operative information about them whatsoever, with the high probability of them being dodgy parts themselves. Yeah, that is actually true. That is very true, yeah, because if you buy very, very cheap parts, they don't last as long. And even if they're genuine, you know, or if they claim to be genuine and stuff, sometimes you just have to be very careful. But garages will just sell you anything, to be honest, which really takes the mickey, shall we say. Right, let's take these. Right, so how many rubber bushings do we need to take out? We need one. Oh, well, they can't be that cheap. Well, sorry, not that expensive. Let's get the tablet out instead of just running to the computer, because I forgot about investing in the tablet. Right, let's have a look. Rubber bushings. Oh, yeah, they're very cheap. How many do we need for this car? Any single part that's dodgy could end up blowing up about the car altogether in the process if quick action is not taken to remove it. Well, this is what I mean. It's like a constant cycle. If let's say a garage, like one garage fits in, you know, parts to a vehicle, and then those parts are like... end up like in the first 24 hours not working, well, that's when there's a question of if those parts come with warranty. And then it's sort of like, for the consumer, it's like, oh, I've got to go back to the same garage or go to a different garage and say to them that the parts were under warranty and they need changing. So that sort of defeats the initial object of putting in components that technically are supposed to last long, but the mechanics, because they're so overworked, they overlook it. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Right, rod caps. I'm just going to have a look at the rod caps, see how much they're going for. Oh, I see. So we need... how many do we need of those? Oh, not there. Not there either. So I'll just... so we need 3 of those. Well, I'm sure we'll be okay. I'm sure we'll be okay. Let me just check the clutch plate, flywheel, ignition coil. I'm hoping that this is going to be quite practical anyway. The flywheel, ooh, that's going to be quite high in cost. 500 for a flywheel. Right, tell you what. Let's just enable what we need to do. I mean, this is just... well, I do know where the parts are. It's just I need to just know how many to add to the shopping list so that we can tally it up accordingly. As you can see, there's loads of stuff on this car. If it ends up becoming quite expensive, we'll probably try another car and make up the money to spend on this one. I mean, as I say, I don't think there's any rush with this one because, well, it's, you know, it's not like real life where you get the customer prodding, shall we say. Okay, right, so... let's Just tick all those lovely stars, as you can see, turquoisey colour. And then what you can do is if you go here, you can actually see exactly where you need to change parts and stuff. Right, the sway bar. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so all these rubber bushings need removing. So much on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a nice guide, really. So that's from the rear. Let's try the front. And there's 4 there. Okay, so that's about... Well, we'll take a look in a bit. Oh, the pistons need changing as well. Blimey, there's loads of stuff to do on this one. Right, I'll tell you what. Just to be strategic, we'll come back to this one. And what we'll do is we will see if there's another car that we can get in. Just in the interim, because we're coming up to the halfway mark. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do that car that needs a lot of work doing to it in the next part, or in the second half of the stream. I think we'll do it like that. We'll leave it on the ramp anyway. Alright, let's have a look. What's this one? Brake and coolant. Nice, easy one. So what we have to do is drain the excess. Cooper 195 says, any single part that's dodgy could end up blowing about the car altogether in the process. Yep, so we've already got that. Yep, some garages are just not legit, and it takes the piss when they don't do the paperwork to prove the parts are legit, yeah. It's almost like building a PC with low voltage power supply unit with a high-end motherboard, CPU, GPU, RAM, etc. It'll end up blowing up the PC altogether in the process, and I think I've seen videos on that as well, where it's happened to a lot of people around the world and stuff. But yeah, this is it. Well, I'm sure that people with common sense and initiative could literally take some action to prevent this from happening, and to, you know, ensure that they're actually doing their job properly, let's say, or if the manufacturers are doing their job properly. And I think it goes back to when we did that, or when you did that live stream, that casual gaming variety live stream, when we were talking about like genuine parts and stuff, if you remember, because, well, yeah, it's the shipping of those parts that is the concern, because you get delivery drivers who just don't seem to have a fuss about, you know, that some of those parts are genuine, and that's why you have to put on the sticker, handle with care, or something like that, you know, if it's a highly valued part. Just bloody ridiculous, to be fair. There needs to be something done about that, to be fair. Because that's what it comes down to. It's the way that the couriers handle shipments that go from one country to another country, or from one state to another state and county to county. You get the gist. Right, so whilst we were waffling on there, that car is now done. Could do with a change on the hood, but they've not really requested that. So yeah, nice easy one, that one. Right, okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed the first part of this stream. We're going to come back to the garage in just a couple of minutes, whilst I take a little toilet break and have a little bit of 5 minutes just to get prepared for the second half. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the first part of this stream so far, and I will make some work on this particular car that you see right in front of you. We'll be changing a lot more parts than just brakes and wheel. Well, we haven't actually changed any wheel rims yet. It's mainly been brakes and topping up fluids and changing just a few suspension parts out. But yeah, this one's going to be a big one. So yeah, stay tuned anyway for part 2 of the live stream. And of course, for those who are watching on Twitch and YouTube on the archives, feel free to skip ahead. So for those who are watching live, I shall be right back. Okay, I am back, and I feel a bit refreshed now that I've had a drink and gone to the bathroom. So yeah, let me just catch up on the chat. So, Cool Pro says, yep, I remember that. Some shipment containers are negligent like that. Yep, that's, yeah. Particularly products like that are clearly fragile for a reason. It really comes down to common sense. And he goes, intermission time, people stick around for the return. Stay tuned for more upcoming installments of Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. So, yeah. Newcomers, feel free and be sure to drop a follow to SpiderRebel to keep yourselves updated with future live streams featuring similar content. Thanks so much for the promo, Cool Pro. I really do appreciate it, man. Yeah, and I pretty much echo exactly the same thing as Cool Pro has clearly put into the chat, really. But yeah, as I say, if you guys want me to do more Car Mechanic Sim live streams, I'll be more than happy to do so. I'll try and schedule it in. But I've got other games as well to stream, and it's on my bucket list. So, yeah. But likewise, yeah. Thank you very much for the promo, Cool Pro. Right, let's go and crack on. Now, off air, what I did do was I tried to top up the reserves. So we've got 2,806 credits now. And yeah, and as promised, we will start working on this car until we run out of money. But yeah, let's just see. I was joking, by the way. I'm going to try and be as frugal as I can. Right, clutch plate. I don't think that's going to be quite... I think we already looked at the clutch plate, didn't we? That's quite cheap. Right, well, first things first. Let's quantify what we need. So, camshaft. I4B, not 1 or 14, it's I4B. So cam gear A. Cam gear A. Let's see if we can find it. We just need one of those. We need a camshaft, which is smaller to a ordinary, well, it's smaller to a crankshaft, which is at the bottom. This is actually on the engine head. So for Y14B, I think that's the one, is it? Camshaft 14B. Yeah, that's the one. There we go. So we got that. Clutch plate. I've not brought that yet, so we'll get that. This soundtrack is familiar. I think I've used it on my YouTube video. And we've got, once again, a bot that has decided to release an advertisement for free, cheap views on streamboo.com, which I do not believe one bit. So I will take you out, because we don't need bots like you in our chat disrupting streams and what have you. So we'll quickly just time out you. Very unacceptable. Let's have a look. There we go. Ban the user. There we go. You are out of here. There we go. Bit of a distraction there, but what can you do? Let me just come off there. Do that. Right, there we go. Right, where was I? Did I buy the clutch plate? I don't think I did I? No, let's buy the clutch plate. Now we need 3 crankshaft bearing caps. flywheel. I think that was 500 credits, wasn't it? Ooh, look at that. See, that's broken the bank already. Front drive shaft. Let's have a look. Is it just a front drive shaft? Yeah, just a front drive shaft. Sway bar. Blimey. Got to be very careful at this moment in time. I mean, if we do run out of money, I'm going to have to just save some for some cheap repairs and then just make up the rest after the fact. Right, so we've got that front sway bar, just an ordinary front sway bar. Oops. Ignition coil, 2 ignition coils, right, so I need to go into the electronic side. Two ignition coils, oops. Piston with con rod, so I'll just search for con rod. So we need 2 of those. Yeah, this is definitely not looking good. I mean, look at all these parts that we've got to fit. I mean, the bushings are very cheap and the spark plugs. So, yeah, but we'll just see how we go. Rear sway bar A. Wait, didn't I pick one up? No, I brought the front one. Right, so I need to get that one. Just got to be really careful because I've got to make sure I get the right parts. Right, rod cap. These are cheap. So, rod cap. So we need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. What else do I need? Okay, now for the bushings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 150. So we need to just... Can I just do that? Oh no, I've got to increment it. So there's the rubber bushings collected. 2 spark plugs. Which is actually not in that category. There's a spark plug. So we need 2 of those. They're dead cheap. Yeah, always get the expensive parts first, then work on the cheap parts. Well, as long as you can fulfill it within your budget, then yeah. Right, timing chain. That might be expensive. I don't know. But we'll see. Timing chain I14B, is it? Yep, I4B, not I14B. Just got to be very, very careful with that. Okay, I mean that was fairly cheap for a timing chain. But yeah, we're getting there. And then we just need 2 wheel hub bearings. So let's add those in. Wheel hub bearings. Let's see. And just like that, guys, we've got all the parts for this car. So now that we've got all the parts, let's remove them. We'll remove the old ones and replace them. So let's start off with taking off all the rubber bushings. Can I... Oh, that's as far as I can go. Right, okay. So let's change all these bushings. Pull this out a bit. Yeah, so it's always good to get all the parts first that you can, and then if you've ended up collected all the parts and you've still got some money left, in this case we have, then it just makes things a lot easier. Right, okay, so I think I've taken off all the bushings on the front side of the car. Let's go to the rear. There we go. Yep. Unscrew. Look at that, 1%. Flipping heck. I think we will have to take the wheels off at some point as well, just so that we can get to the sway bars and everything. So we'll do that in a second. Once I've taken off all these rubber bushings, because these are going to be the key, and just so we don't overlook anything, I'm going to actually fit them. Once I've removed this one. There we go. I think that's all of them. We could always investigate. Oh, there's I think one there. Oh, that's the one that we've taken out. But that one we haven't taken out, so we'll take that one out. Just count the quantity. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, that's all the bushings out. Let's put the new ones in. So we can tick that box off. Go for the most common parts first. Then we'll work our way around. But yeah. Oh, the music is so awesome. I kid you not, it is quite awesome. Right, so that's the rear done. Let's do the front. Let's see if I can get to the thing. I remember playing this game for the first time, well, the 2021 version of Car Mechanic Sim on the Xbox One. And having to pan the camera around, or orbit the camera around and stuff. It's a bit of a challenge. Because you had to select, you couldn't really select freely, shall we say. You had to, like, move the controllers around. I suppose that was probably part of the challenge, really. Right, we need... There's 3 more bushings to add. There's one there that needs to go in. There's one there that needs to go in. There we go. And I think there's one there to go in. Yeah, that's the last one. Right, the bushings are done. Right, let's just take the wheels off. GoPro195 says, man's having a coffee outside in the sun right now. Awesome. And I hope you're watching the stream as well. It's proper weird how it's hot outdoors and cold indoors over here at this point. Yeah, well, I know that in the southeast it gets really warm. Right, let's have a look. Take this wheel off. Gonna get the W. I think we're going to make loads of money by the time we finish this repair. I'm telling you right now, guys, I think we are going to make a lot of credits out of all this because after all the parts that we've had to buy, I'm hoping that we get a good profit out of all this. Right, before we do anything else, let me turn off the ones that we have already done so that we don't get confused. There we go. Okay, the wheels are all off. Now then, to get to the axle... Oh, we can take... Right, we need to take the drop link off, or the sway bar, in American terms. Now, where's that connected to? Let's have a look. Let's put that off. Take the drop link off. Remove the sway bar. And then re-add the new one. And then put the drop links back on. Or the sway bar front end links. We call them drop links. I know that these are drop links because I remember having to get them changed out on my car because they had excessive play in them. But the track, well, the inner track rod might need changing at some point, but we'll get to that later on. Well, IRL that is, not here. Right, can I take off the axle? I can, yeah, because I've now removed the wheel. I can easily take the axle off. There we go. So we'll take that axle off as well. As you can see, it's nicely mirrored. Now we can take the drive shaft off. And there we go. Add the new shaft on. And then put the axles back. I'm so glad that we've managed to have enough funds to buy all the parts for this car. Cooper195 says, yep, precisely the reason why I took my phone with me in the first place. Yeah. Well, you've got to be careful, because if your phone overheats, you're going to have to put it in the freezer or fridge. Don't put it in rice, otherwise the charging port will get absolutely clogged. And people have had bad habits where they've put rice into, well, they've covered a phone, a smartphone in rice, and it's like, bad idea. Okay. Oh, I need to change the bearings. I forgot about that. Right, let's take the axle off. Let's remove that. I wonder if they have good air conditioning in the garages. Probably. I mean, they don't want the engines to overheat because they, you know, tend to overheat in the summer because of the temperature outside, the humidity and what have you. You've got to be very careful. I remember going to Greece and the temperature was like 30 degrees Celsius. Scorching hot. It was nice because, well, the climate over there was very nice compared to here. People experimenting with all sorts of life hacks they find on TikTok that don't even up panning out in their favour IRL. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Okay. What can we tick off? So we've done the shafts and stuff. The wheel hub bearings are done, so we can take those off. Right, okay, we can move to the engine now, I think. But first, I think what we'll need to do is... we need to take the sway bar, the rear sway bar off. So the way we do that is... How do we do that? Unmount. So we need to remove the rear sway bar link on that end and this end. WD-40. Rear sway bar A. There we go. Let's fasten that on together. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Let's see. Part mount. Sway bar rear. Yeah, I'm enjoying this actual, streaming of Car Mechanic Sim. It makes me learn new things, as you do when you're a casual streamer like myself and CoolPro in the chat. Right, okay. Car things. Right, I need to change. What do I need to change? Well, tick off rather. That can come off. Okay, flywheel. Let's try and find the flywheel in this car. Oh, it's right there. Oh, flipping heck! It's right on the right at the very front. Well, like closer to the front than what I've seen on another car before. Need to take the axles off again and take the thing off to get to the gearbox, because this is a very different car. Let's take the drive shaft off for now. What's holding that in place? Oh, the starter. Accessible from the engine bay. Right, so I'm going to have to lower the car down. Open the boot, and yeah. Corporal195 says, yep, this world is full of types of internet. Yeah, you're not wrong there, man. Right, let's take the starter out. I'm hoping that I don't get charged for spilling liquid. No, okay, the starter's off, so I've got to remember to put the starter back in and ensure that the vehicle is actually not above height, but just partially suspended. I like how GoPro put that smiling emoji into the chat. Because that is really, really true. Okay. Right. Can I take that off? I can. Clutch pressure plate, can take that off. Oh, there's the clutch plate, and we can take the flywheel off in the process. There we go. Now we've got visibility of the crankshaft at the side, but we're going to just remount the new parts onto the side there. Tight, 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 tight. I can't wait to unlock that skill, which allows me to speed up the retightening of stuff. Now for the huge gearbox. I mean, look, that looks like a mini engine, to be fair. But I shouldn't underestimate how big engines are, just as well as gearboxes, but there we go. Okay. So we have now done, well, the suspension part, most of the suspension parts. Right, let's take off the clutch plate. Let's take off the flywheel because we've done that. Right, okay. So now all we've got to do is now focus on the engine itself. Right, okay. Oh, but does that mean though I've got to take? Well, we'll come to that in a minute. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But everything is in place for now, at least. Right, so let us take off the ignition coils. Find out which ones need... Well, we'll just take all of them off. Take the engine head cover off, excuse me. Cooper195 says, it's a practical game to live stream with whatever you can learn from it, and perhaps even more than you initially thought possible, to be honest. Yeah. Alright, let's take the timing cover off. I think we've got to do it on both sides in order for us to remove the old camshaft and replace it with the new one. Need to take the idle roller off. Take the serpentine belt off. The crankshaft pulley. I think I'll remove the alternator as well, just so that I can get to where I need to go. Take off the power steering pump as well in the process. Right, there we go. So I need to remove the timing cover. Okay. Now to get to that, I need to remove these caps. But then what I also need to do is take off the cylinder head. That's it, the cylinder head. or the engine head. Yeah, the engine head, which is this bit. Might need to take off the manifold pipes as well. Intake and exhaust. Let me see. Just take that off. There's the timing chain that needs removing. Cam gear head 14B. Take that off. And we'll put this all back together once we've worked out how to... got stuck on that there. Okay, where am I? Let's have a look. What's holding that? Oh, is it this? Oh yeah, it's that, right. So, how do I take that off? Oh, I need to take that off the belt tensioner. That allows me to remove the belt. The cam gear, take that out. Take the camshaft out. And we'll take the spark plugs out. There we go, the spark plugs are out. Oh, I need to take both camshafts out in order to remove the actual assembly. So let's just take that off. Oh. Yeah, it's a bit annoying because you try and select it and then it just doesn't want you to unscrew it because it thinks that you're selecting a part that you can't technically remove because there's something in the way of it, which is really annoying. There we go. Spray a bit of WD-40 on that bolt there. Let's take this camshaft out. Need to remove the throttle. Hoping that this doesn't spill everywhere. But we've got money anyway, even if we do spill on the things, so... yeah. So I've got to get to the pistons now. So we've got to remove the intake manifold, which is all of the air that comes in, and the fuel mixture. Right. Fuel injectors, need to take those off. Let's take off the idle roller. This is probably going to be the longest repair I've ever done. Right. Exhaust manifold, let's remove the turbocharger. So we can take off the exhaust manifold. There we go. And then we can take off the actual whole engine head assembly, which will expose the pistons. Right, so what is holding that in place? Let's have a look. I might need to go, well, now that I've removed the engine head, I need to go underneath now. And yes, I'll need to remove the oil pan, which means I might have to drain the oil. So let's just do that for now. Let's just move that over there. Just drain the oil and then remove the oil pan. There we go. Right, now I can get to the engine, or the main part of the engine, which is these pistons here. Can't really see very well. There's about 4 pistons there. Just take these caps off. So here we go, guys. We're in the core of the engine right here, where the crankshaft is. This is it. Hoping these don't fall. Oh, I think I've probably taken off the pistons. Right, accessible from the engine bay. Yeah, okay, so have I removed all of the... I think I've removed all the covers, or the... They can't be lowered. Make sure there's nothing blocking it. Alright, okay. So we need to move the equipment. There we go. Now I should be able to remove the pistons. Aha, okay. Let's take you out. Let's take you out. And let's take you out. Take all the pistons out. I forgot to remove one of the caps. Let's have a look. Where is it? There it is, the rod cap. Take all the pistons out, do a quick inspection. I might have to buy some rings, but we'll have a look. That go around the pistons. There we go. Now the engine looks completely naked, with the camshaft in it. Sorry, not camshaft, crankshaft. Right, let's have a look. Ooh, that's a lot of parts. Right. Let us now assemble the pistons. So I'll put one there and one there. One in there. One in there. And one in there. Now let's secure the base. By putting all the caps on. As you can see, this requires a lot of precision because there's literally so many parts that you have to remove, especially if it's involving the engine assembly and what have you. Oh, it's a bit of a it's a bit of it's quite tedious, I should say, because there's so much that you have to take out in order to get to other parts, and yeah, but we're getting there. Right, that should be all the covers now, and I should be able to fit back the oil pan. Mustn't forget to top up the oil. I'll do that once everything is in place. Right, that's the base done. Let's mount the starter. Here we go, engine head. Fit the camshafts back on. And the caps. I'm looking for the silver outlining, telling me that this is a part that needs to go in. Look at this, boys. We're getting there. And girls as well. Mustn't forget the girls. Boys and girls, you are about to witness the reassembly of parts that can be difficult to get hold of if you're not familiar with cars. Or to get towards, because you have to take off, as I said before, lots of layers. There's lots of layers to engine parts and stuff, but as you can clearly see, we are doing quite well. Yeah, I had to correct myself there. Sometimes I just talk out loud, and it's apparently funny in my eyes. As long as the camshafts and the pistons are secured down by these caps, we should be okay. One, two, there we go. And then now we can add the engine head cover. Need to re-add all of the manifolds. So the intake, which is that. We'll do the exhaust once we've screwed these bits in. There we go. Do the exhaust now. Fasten the turbocharger. Okay, let's just have a look. Right, so need to take that off, take that off, take that off. Rod cap. Oh, right, okay. Missing a rod cap. Where's that rod cap? Not there, not there, not there, not there. Rod cap, rod cap. I thought I put all the rod caps back in. Or is it, oh, it might be above. That might be why. Let's just, always come back to it. And then we'll do one more car. I think I'll extend the stream by about 15 minutes. Now if I've drained the oil, I need to take the filter off as well. So let me just move that to there. I'm going to buy an oil filter. So it's an I-14. I keep saying I-14. It's an I4 filter. So oil filter I4. By part. There we go. Mount it. Move that out of the way. Take the head cover off because we're missing something. I mean, we've taken... Unless you have to fit everything on. Let's just see. Ignition coils. Okay. Yeah, so we've taken... Hang on. Parts to fix. Cam gear A. Oh, it's that there. Right. Then the timing chain. There we go. Cam gear B. Put that back. But why does that... What's wrong? Why is it saying... Oh, it's that bug again, I think, isn't it? Because I've... Right. Take that off. Take that off, take that off. Done the spark plugs. Take those off. I don't see why that needs changing, because that's okay. Sometimes you have to refit it and then it will accept it. Right. Yeah, I just don't get it. Why is it saying that it's not valid? Okay, I can buy another rod cap, but I don't see why I have to buy one because it's all right. It's a bit stringent with this game, I'll tell you. It's like, oh, it needs to be brand new and what have you. Right. That fixes it, right. Okay, well, at least now I don't have to worry about the cam gear, but what I've got to do now... Oh, yeah, so we would have had to change the oil in the process anyway, so they want that doing as well. Okay, right, ignition coil. I think it's because they want a new ignition coil as well. Oh, I guess it's more for us. More money for us. They can have a new ignition coil. What am I doing? I need to select it first. There we go. Oil pan. Fit all the screws in. It's a good job we've got some spare money. Right. Down we go. This will probably give us a lot of XP as well when we're done. Let's add the ignition coil on. There we go. Happy now? Yes. Okay. Whew, right, so that's all of the main bit done. Let's add the oil now. Just check everything. Well, actually, let's just make sure we've not overlooked anything. The engine assembly is okay. Right, let's add the wheels back on. Because I'm looking for parts that I may have forgotten to re-add, but we'll have a look. But anyway, guys, so the engine parts are now replaced and checked. Just got to check the throttle and everything else at the front, but I think we should be okay. Unticked all the stars, which is good because I can keep track as to what I have done and what not done. Yeah. Nothing missing from the bits and pieces, I'm hoping. Right, let's add the wheels back. Yeah, so for the majority of the second half, we've only repaired one car, which required a ton of stuff. We've had to go backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, and it's crazy. Right, okay. So before we forget, let's add the oil. I already knew that the oil would have needed changing because, well, we had to remove the oil pan. Alright, there we go. That's that done. There you go, little car. You're all repaired now. Fingers crossed. Oh, missing the throttle. Yeah, I knew they were missing something. And the timing cover as well. There's always something. It's a good job the game tells you before you give it back to the customer. What part? Oh, yeah, we're missing the throttle. We're missing the alternator. Damn. Look at these bolts. They're huge. You have to really screw them in. Oh, shoot. We are missing a lot of stuff here. We're missing the alternator because there's no way for the power to be recharged. We're missing the power steering pump. Man. So much at once. You know, it's just crazy. Oh, and we're missing the cam gear as well. And we're missing the timing belts and everything. Oh, man. The idle rollers. Yeah. Right, there we go. that should do that. Then we've got to add the serpentine belt, which is there. Thankfully, we don't need to change that. The belt tensioner, we need to add that on. And the timing cover. I feel like Jeremy Clarkson at this point. It's just literally everything you look at. It just needs to be re-added. But if you're doing so much, especially if you're the only person in the garage, yeah, it's crazy. Right, I'm hoping that that is everything. Fuel injector. Oh, yeah. Need to take off the intake manifold, I think, for that. Yeah, just little bits, guys. I don't see why it didn't allow me to just, you know, do... Right. Okay, now I'm a bit lost. Let me see. Fuel injectors. Do they go in there? Let's have a look. Take the turbocharger off. I thought the fuel injectors would go somewhere near the front. Let's have a look. Take both manifolds off and have a look. There's somewhere around there, but I just can't remember where they were. Do I have to take these off as well? Let's take all these off. Because I'm a bit stumped. Take the timing cover off. Take that off, take that off. Or do you have to mount the... It's just so confusing. Because I've already put the spark plugs in. Where do the fuel injectors go? It's complaining that the fuel injectors are not in place. Or is it because that's in the way? Alternator. Yeah, this is very interesting because for some reason I have lost my train of thought when it comes to where the fuel injectors go, because I thought they would have gone just above the spark plugs. but it's not allowing me to put them in. Why is that? Let's just take them out anyway. Let's take these caps off. I don't really like these caps, to be honest. Like, they're so difficult to get to if you don't zoom in enough. Yeah, remember, guys, when I was saying earlier on that the petrol heads and car mechanic experts will be giggling their heads off right now? Or giggling their heads off as part of this stream? Well, I think this is the moment where you'll be laughing your head off, well, heads off right now. Because for some reason, the fuel injectors I thought were somewhere along here, but apparently not. So, yeah. Let's have a look. Camshaft. Oh, need to get rid of that cam gear. Right, can I take the whole engine assembly off? No, I can't. Idle roller. Well, not the whole engine assembly, just the engine head. Oh, right. Okay. That is strange. That is very, very, very strange. Or is it because the... How come that's part of the engine? Oh. Okay. Let's have a look. Let me just remove that filter temporarily and see. I mean, that's the oil pan that I don't want to remove because I've just filled the car with fresh oil. It can't be at the bottom of the engine. Let's look at the tablet and just look at fuel injectors. So that's what they look like. Okay. There's not really an indication. Wait. Yeah, but where would they go? Well, they can't go down there, so I might as well just fit the turbocharger back on. This is a very odd one, guys. Oh, hang on. What's that there? Oh, there's the... There they are. They're right underneath the bloody intake manifold. I knew they would be somewhere underneath. Ah. Found them. Got there, guys. Right, now I can put the intake manifold in. I knew that they were somewhere there. They were just hiding underneath this. Oh. Right. What's the manufacturer of this car? Because what I'm going to do now is literally say to them, design your engines better with smaller intake manifold cover pipes or pipe covers. Because the fuel injectors are literally right underneath them, and because they're inset, they're difficult to see. It's probably just me that's got a brain that's just had a brain fart. Right, so how far into the stream? 2 hours. Yeah, I'll grant another half an hour in, I think, just to, so that we're not just focusing just solidly on this car. I want to... Oh, that's the wrong camshaft for that side. I want to put it on the north, or the rear side. There we go. Yeah. Spidey was having issues trying to find out where the bloody fuel injectors were based, but they were right underneath the intake manifold. They should be up top, here, just above the spark plugs. Or to the top of these camshafts. You know, diagonally. And then they would inject the thing. Oh, I don't know. The engine designs are just so weird. And because they're so different, sometimes it's hard to tell until you actually look at the way they're shaped and everything. And it's like, oh, that's how the fuel injectors work and what have you. I don't know. I don't even feel tired either. It's just me thinking too theoretically, which was initially correct, but it was just they were hiding from me. That's all it was. They were just hiding from me. Like everything does with me. Like everything that I'm trying to find. Like if I lose like a wallet or something, it's like, where did I put it last? I put it there. I'm sure I put it there. And then you look, it isn't there, and you look like 500,000 times until eventually you find out, oh, it's fallen off the bloody bed or something like that. You know, it's not one of those moments really. But yeah. I'm sure you petrol heads are enjoying the entertainment right here because, yeah, laughing at my expense. Right, now let's add the ignition coils. Now that we've put the whole assembly back on. Right, let's add the cam gear. Little timing chain. And add the cover on. Oh. There we go. Belt tensioner. Oh, have I got the yeah, I've got the alternator, power steering pump, throttle. Oh yeah, I need to add the oil filter. Let me just do that. I suppose it's just a general mechanics bread and butter. Sometimes you have to disassemble the engine before you can continue assembling it, and then disassemble it again if you miss something. I do feel for some of these mechanics, especially if they're novice ones, like me. Okay, right, I'm hoping that I've got all the parts together. Right, let's put the filter back on. And let's double check everything now. Make sure we're not missing anything. I've filled it up with oil. It looks all good around there. Oh, I'm hoping that this is going to be the last thing I ever see, really. Please. Yes! Oh, and we leveled up to level 6. Awesome. Look at that. We've got 5,000 credits in the bank. Get in! Right, let's have a look at some other parts. Let's see. Time rated parts, engine oil filter, brake problems, body parts. Let's finish off with a simple one. This one will do. Move to A. Right, what do we need for this car? Brake disc, brake pads, and a pump. I don't know why I went to the computer. I could just use the tablet. Right, so we need 3 pads, a disc, and an ABS pump. Right, let's just locate where that is. Look at all those screws or bolts. That pump has seen better days, really, even though it's 7%. Now to take all the wheels off. Is there any more tasks that we need to do on this? Nope, just the brake system. I think this wheel's a little bit smaller compared to the other wheels that I have taken off. Take the pads off. There we go. Let's try that again. Make sure the camera's focusing on the part that I want to remove. Brake pads have seen better days. I'm going for just over 2 hours, guys, which is interesting, because after that shenanigan of trying to find fuel injectors underneath an intake manifold. At least giving you guys a chance to have a listen to the background music whilst you can hear some ASMR sound effects of me taking wheels off the brake discs and everything. Right, okay. I don't think we need to worry too much about this assembly on the near side front. So we can put this one all back together. There we go. So that will avoid confusion. Right. Let's just put that pad back on. Or set of pads back on. Get the caliper on. Oh, let's just put the wheel back on. Nice assembly. There we go. Let's fasten this last wheel on. And hopefully in future streams I will get cars that need wheels like actually changing, like the tyres and the rims and stuff. Swapping out and what have you. Okay. Hood down. There we go. Back to the 5.5, or just over 5.5 credits. Right, okay. We've got another 20 minutes that I've granted for this stream, so let us have a look and see if there is... I suppose we'll just do this one, really, depending on how long this one will take. Fluid changes. Right, let's go and move you to lift A. And since I've just seen that car outside, the one that doesn't need a lot of stuff doing to it, we'll add this in as well, I think, because it's been out here for a while. So let's just bring it in. And I think what we'll do is we'll start with this one. Right, okay. So what do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to change. Oh, not many bits and pieces, or not too many bits and pieces. Right, let's remove the idle roller. Let's remove the serpentine belt, one of the timing belts there. Crankshaft pulley. Ooh, the belt tensioner needs changing. And that's the water pump. Oh, I think I just spilt all the water. That's probably why. There's a bit of a split second there. Right, okay. So I need to get a belt tensioner. And a water pump I4B. Let's see, I also need to take off this timing cover. What do we have here? Cam gear B. Okay, let's take that off. Let's have a look. Ooh. Just whacked the microphone by accident. Right, okay, so we need a cam gear A and B. All right, okay. So cam gear I4. There we go. Let's go back onto here. Put you on. So the camera can not move whilst I'm trying to fasten the part on. There we go. Timing cover B. There we go. So that's that side done. Belt tensioner and water pump. So let's add the water pump first. Then the belt, then the tensioner, and finally the cover. Crankshaft pulley. And that will do us for that. Okay. Oh, idle roller. What we're missing. That's the one that we're missing. Tight, tight, tight. There we go. Car status. Oh, coolant. Oh. Need to add the coolant. Because I changed the water pump. Hello, Kota Captain Source 42. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing well and hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Right, so yeah, thanks for stopping by, Kota Captain Source 42. Right, okay. Let's see. I think I'll do another car after this one. Because I know I've got that one to do there, which is easy. And yeah, since we've got another peep on Twitch viewing us live, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm very good, Kota Captain Source 42. Glad that you could make it to the Car Mechanic Sim live stream. This is actually my first one out of all the live streams that I have done in the past. I have done YouTube recordings of this game last year, I think, so be sure to check those out. My YouTube channel is just on the bottom widget where it says the Spider Vids. You can find me on there. All right, no problem. I'll call you Kota from now on then. Or Kota. Kota, I think, is the pronunciation, but I don't know. You can correct me if needed. So, yeah. Right, okay. So, that's that done. Cha-ching! Right, let's do this one. Ooh, this has probably seen better days. Like with most cars. Alright. Drain the fluid. Yeah, couldn't agree more, Kota. This is, yeah, there's a lot of scratches and everything. Oh, I need to remove the excessive fluid first. You get it with older cars, though. That's the thing. It's because they've, you know, been... Well, actually, what do we need to do here? Let's have a look. Brake, coolant, washer fluid. Right, so it's this one that we need to get rid of all the excess fluid out of. You is chill, I'ma follow you. Ah, cheers, man. Appreciate it. Right, okay. As I say, all my streams are chill live streams, you know. I'm not hardcore or anything. I'm actually really, really casual. So, yeah. Laid back, if you like. Okay, let's add that in. It's interesting that the brake fluid containers are smaller than the coolant and the washer fluid containers. I mean, when we fill up the washer fluid, I'll show you in a sec. I'll just add a little dollop of that in. Yeah. Well, you know, everyone's different. Yeah, I mean, look at how big this container is. I mean, as soon as I start filling it up, look at that. I just think, why do they have to make the brake fluid, like, container smaller than the windscreen washer container? And then in the middle of those two, we have, like, this. The coolant container. I just don't get it. For real. Yeah, I know. I honestly just don't get it. There must be a reason behind why manufacturers decide to make their cars like this, or if it's just like a common standard in this game. Well, I don't know. Who cares? At least it's something for the fluid to be stored in anyway, so yeah. But as I say, if this was my car, I would definitely give this a massive overhaul, but this is a customer's car, so it has nothing to do with me. And there we go. That's another one done. Right, let's see. Okay. Do we have... Ooh. Let's see, we've got... Let's have a look at this one. Have we got any more cars to look at? No, just this one. Let's have a look here. Ooh, that's quite That's quite a big one. Big job, that one. We'll bring it in anyway. Suppose it'll make us more money. Brake system needs fixing. Right, you know what? Let's bring that original car that I remember doing in the first part of the stream back in. I think that's probably what it needs, yeah. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't need the ABS stuff. It just needs brakes. Right, okay, so let's take this in. Quickly grab some brakes. No pun intended. And just see how we go. Was there anything else that's needed to this car? No, just a caliper, a rear disc, and pads. Let's just buy some pads. We need a ventilated disc, and we need a caliper, was it? Oh, wrong button. Caliper, yeah. And to go with the caliper, we need the cylinder, so that it keeps it nice and neat. Skull, 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 yeah. Sometimes you can easily get lost, unless you have like a list of things that need repairing. I think the mechanics would have it on their tablet, if they have like an app that allows them to just organise everything, but I have to keep flipping between different menus just to see, you know, what components we need. Right, let's take this wheel off. As you can see, there's a lot of rust on the caliper and a little bit of rust on the disc, but mostly on the caliper. So, not caliper, caliper. If I can get my teeth in, there we go. Let's take these wheels off. Bit of WD-40 on that rusty bolt there. Just get all the wheels off. Ah, hello FIFA Nord 6969. Welcome to the live stream. Cheers for dropping in. Go like 70 and then just no brakes. So you're just dependent on the coasting of it, or gliding, let's say, of the vehicle. Like you reach 70 and it's like, I'm not going to brake, I'm just going to let the car just glide and then just use the natural engine braking. Oh. That is absolutely brilliant. That is just absolutely brilliant. Okay, right, so I think all the wheels are off. Let's have a look. After my distraction with the chat. Yeah, all the wheels are off. Let's take the calipers off. Take the pads off. And I think what I like to do as well, for those who've just joined, is if I know that there's a pad that... Oh, not a pad. If there's a component that needs changing and I take it off, I always try and remember to just put the new part back on, just so that I don't have to come back to it later and then forget that... Yeah, it just doesn't... It stops me from getting confused, really, with what parts I've already put back on and what have you. Alright, the brake discs... not the discs. The pads on here look... oh, they'll be alright. They don't need... They technically don't need changing. Oh, we might need a caliper, though, on that one. That might have been the one. You see, this is a good example when you're working on cars, is sometimes you think you've got all the parts brought, but then you realise that you've put a part on another side of the car, and it's like, oh, or vehicle, rather, I should say vehicle, to keep it a bit more generic. It's a pain in the butt, really. Right, okay, looks like we're going to have to get another caliper, which is fine, because we've got enough money, so let's do that. It's always good to buy spare parts as well, and invest in spare parts, but I just kind of do it as and when, really. But every mechanic is different, so whatever they decide to do, they do them, really. Or in this case, if I was, let's say, talking to someone, I would just say, you do you. Actually, do I need to... Oh yeah, I need a caliper on there, don't I? Yeah, I should slow down a little bit, just so that I don't lose my train of thought. There we go. Yeah, exactly. You do you, boo-boo. Right, okay. Let's see. Look at that, it looks like a chocolate brake disc. It's like someone's just splattered chocolate all over it. Yeah, it does. If you like metal, like chocolate metal. Yeah, chocolate metal. Yeah. I could do with a drink, actually. Let me just take a sip of this drink that I've got off camera. Mouth's a bit dry. This wheel rim's seen better days, but this customer's not asked for the wheel rims to be changed. I mean, it's still got a little bit of life to it, anyway. You know, it's like if you get it's like, let's say you passed your practical driving test, right? You've done your theory, you've done your practical, and you get your first car. Usually what happens is new drivers, and I know that I've been there as well, sometimes is they drive their car that's probably like economical, and then they look at the MOT when it was last MOT'd, so the MOT certificate, or the DMV certificate from the last time it was inspected, and it's like... they think that the vehicle, or that their car needs a service, or their vehicle needs a service, when it technically doesn't. But I know that, because, well, as an example, I've got a Ford Fiesta, right? It's got about 38,000 miles on it, which for some people is, well, to some people it's nothing compared to, like, a vehicle like this that probably might have done 100,000 miles or something like that. Not sure what it is in kilometers. I think you have to multiply 1 mile by 1.6. But anyway, yeah. And then it's like, you get the car, whether finance or you buy it full, like a full price. You look at the MOT certificate, and it's like, okay, the steering rack, there's a bit of mild play in the, well, near the front sway bar, so like here, where you've got the inner track rod or tie rod that's got a little bit of play in it, so it's like rattling. And it's like, oh, I need to get that repair done. But sometimes with MOTs or DMV inspections, most of the stuff that you get are advisories. And I know that my friends are like, well, it's always good to, you know, at some point, if you know that it will need changing, to get it changed. But sometimes people just get it repaired anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of speculation with cars and what have you, whether certain parts can last maybe another year before they need changing and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. It's basically what novice drivers go through before they've had like at least 10 years of experience driving a car or something like that, you know. Kota says good car. Yeah, it's a good car. Yeah, but as I say, I don't think I'll be keeping it for much longer. I've had it for nearly 2 years now. Well, come this September, I would have had the car for 2 years. But the issue I have picked up on when it comes to Ford Fiestas, especially the 70, well, my yeah, until it breaks, I just keep going. Yeah, well, this is it. Yeah, it's like people say to me, oh, you'll be all right with that for a little bit. It's only if it goes wrong. But then it's like, well, they don't know when it goes wrong. It's a matter of when it goes wrong. That's the thing. But yeah, anyway, going back to my story. With the Ford Fiestas, there have been issues where, because of the cheap parts that they put into them, I think one of the parts is the wet belt or the timing belt. And because it's made out of rubber, there's a situation where it mixes with oil. and that's not good because that devalues the timing belts. So the belts, in this case, I would say on the Fiestas, tend to go on them a lot faster than any other car if you're not careful. But that's what I've heard about anyway. And as soon as I saw that, I thought, flipping heck. That's when I thought, even though it is a cheap car to run based on its insurance and what have you, yeah, I don't see myself having that car for much longer. Given that bloody recall that Ford, I think, are going to probably call out again, because they have done that for other types of Ford cars as well. Yeah, no problem, Kota. As I say, I think what I'll do, because originally my plan was to stream for around about 2 hours, but it seems like because we've got more people in the chat, I'm just going to keep going, I think, for about another hour or so, just to feed people in. I mean, you could always watch the starting part from the archives, because I will archive this, so yeah, so you guys won't miss out on a thing, and you will be in stitches, I think, halfway through, I can guarantee it. Because there was a car that I was repairing and I couldn't find a certain component, but it was hiding from me. And that's all I'm going to say. You're going to have to go and rewind the stream to work out which part I was trying to locate. And I'll give you a clue. It's, well, not on this car specifically, but the clue is somewhere that's close to the manifolds. But I'm not going to tell you which manifold, though. You've got to try and work it out. Right, so I think that's done for now. Oh, front wheel sizes are missing. Or is it because I've not screwed them on? I've had this situation before where I've got to re-screw on the wheels. Like, you put the wheels back and then it goes, front wheel sizes are missing. But it's like, sometimes when you look at the wheels, they look all the same. I just don't get it. Oh well. It is what it is. Right, let's right, have I added all... well... Okay. So now, if we look at these descriptions here, you can see that they're all consistent. I honestly just don't get it, why it says that they're missing. I mean, the calipers are on, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to mount the wheels on if the calipers and the discs were not all, like, you know, assembled. Yeah. Weird. I think there's a bug in this game where you'd screw all the wheels on and then it claims that the wheels are not on, and then it's just like, oh, you've got to disassemble them and then reassemble them and then disassemble them again, and it's just tedious. Absolutely tedious. But thankfully for that other car there, that green one, we don't have to take the wheels off. We just have to just top up the fluids. Or, well, what I like to do is just give them a full set of fresh fluids. Right. Will you work now? Mismatched. Sports tyre. What is it with this thing? Is it because the durability is a little bit different? Is that what it is? Could be. You can't really tell at times what wheels go where, because they all look the same. Must be the durability thing. Sometimes if you just change 2 wheels, then it will allow you to just complete the job. But, yeah, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Now it does that. It's just stupid, really, with the way the things are. Right, okay, so what do we need to do here? Oh, no. I overlooked this. Right, let's go and work on this car. It's not a case of changing... Well, it's not just a case of changing the coolants and brake fluid and what have you. There's more to it. Right, okay. Let's see. We need 4 brake pads, 3 ignition coils. So 3 brake pads, 3 ignition coils. Yep. So we've got those. Oops. Wrong menu. Oh, I need 4 brake pads. Pardon me. 4 brake pads. Let's have a look. Just search the word pads, and there you go. You just got brake pads. Camshaft. Alright, so that's a V8. Which is actually here. Camshaft V8. It's just an ordinary V8 one, which means we have to take the head cover off. Front wheel hub, which I think is near the axle. I've done this before. Yeah. So we need 1 front wheel hub. We need... I've got the ignition coils. Fuel rail DI. Oh, okay. Fuel rail DI. Is that like a whole assembly? It's probably... Well, I don't know if that's a pre-built assembly or something. Well, actually, no, it is, but I don't know if it comes with ignition coils or we have to get them separately. Right. I think every car's different, isn't it? Right. Leaf spring U-bolt. We need 3 of those. So, leaf spring... Oh, this is for the rear of the car. And how many was it again? 3? Yeah, 3. 3. And we'll need the plates as well, I think. Oil filter, V8. It's the yellow one. Oops. Tabbed out there by mistake. Oil filter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rubber bushings. Just type the word bushing, and then we've got rubber bushings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got those. Solid rear drive axle. I like how it's got the word solid on it. That means it should be durable. Solid axle control arm. You see there, I typed Axel as in Axel Foley. Bam, bam. Control arm. Make sure that's correct, yeah. Right. Spark plug. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 spark plugs. That's interesting. Not in that section. They're in this section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very cheap spark plugs, especially in this game. Okay, let's see. So we've got spark plugs, spring caps. I'm in the wrong section again. So we need 2 of these. Timing bell V8. We need 2 of those. Just got to make sure that I actually specify that it's the V8s that I want. And then finally, a wheel hub 3. Now, I don't know if I've actually got one already in my inventory, but we'll have a look. No, it doesn't look like I have. That's just all rubber bushings and stuff, so what was it again? Wheel hub 3. Oh, it's the part of the axle. It's the cover. Right, let's remove these wheels. Ooh, I like the branding. RF Goodwind. They look like custom wheels. Strong X stroke T. Rim Atlanta. Oh, nice. Is that Atlanta as in Atlanta, Georgia? That'd be pretty interesting. These look brand new. Okay, right, so taking the wheels off so we can actually access what we need to access now. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to do. Do the brakes first. Chocolate brake pads. Anyone? Okay. Let's remove this caliper. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, I've not put the wheels on because I just remembered that I need to remove one of the wheel hub covers, I think it was. Let's just have a look and just see which one it was. That one. Yeah, that's the one. And then I need to remove the cover on this one. Well, yeah. I found a part that I would have had to remove anyway, but Yeah, this was the one, the real hub 3. So I need to take off this drive axle. Nice DW04 or WD40. Don't know why they put it in reverse, but there we go. Wheel hub 3. There we go. Now we can see the rear axle knuckle housing. But we're going to put the new hub 3 on. We're going to refit the rear axle on this side. Add the disc. Add the pads. And the caliper. Solid rear. There we go. There's the disc and the pads and the caliper once again. The calipers are pretty much the same in this game. They're just the same in this game. I mean, the ventilated discs, they're just like any ordinary disc, to be fair. As well. Right, okay. So that's that done. Let's just... Oh, right, okay. The front wheel hub. I think I'll put the guide on. Just to check it. Oh, so it is this one. Right, okay. Ooh, that definitely needs changing. Need to take that wheel hub bearing out. And take that out. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. There we go, there's the new wheel hub. And once again, the caliper. I need to add the wheel hub bearing. And that's that for that. Right, let's move on to the rear. Let's see. Right, okay, so that's all done. Let's have a look around here, see what we need to remove. Oh yeah, if I can just get to that, there we go. Let's take off this leaf spring bolt. Actually, that's okay. The spring plate looks okay, so we'll just keep that in there. I think we'll just take the new U-bolts and put them in. There we go. Zoom out. Ooh, that definitely needs changing. Look at that. More chocolate. Ah, so that's the control arm. Okay. Now where's that connected to? Ah, rubber bushing, right, okay. But that one doesn't need changing, but the bushing does. Right, okay. Spray a bit of WD-40 on these rusty bolts. Rubber bushing. I wonder if IRL, when you buy rubber bushings, they actually come with the bolts. You'd think so. we go. So I think that's all sorted. Let's have a look. Ooh. Alright, so we've got to take that off. Take that off. And take that off. I'm going to do that on both. So the shock absorber cap, the spring, and the spring cap, which I don't think requires, for this particular car, any like assemblement that you'd have on some cars, which is true. It's like 3 steps. Right, that's that one done. Let's get this one on. Okay. So we have done, I think, most of the rear stuff, but what we'll do is I will highlight all the rubber bushings that we need to still do. Oh, I see, right, yeah, so all the rubber bushings are here now, so let's just disconnect the screw off. There we go. Does that come off? Oh, hang on a minute. I just want the rubber bushing off. Okay, so I've had to remove the lower suspension arm just to get to the thing. Oh, I see. Right. It comes as one unit. Oh, yeah, this is the front suspension, isn't it? Hang on, let's just go around the front. There we go. Oops. Come on. There we go. There we go. I'm soon running out of rubber bushings at this rate. Right, okay. I think that's everything. Yep. Okay. Just give me one sec, guys. Someone was trying to phone me earlier on, but I'm busy streaming, so I've just said to them that I'll phone them back when I get a moment. So, take the ones that we've already done. Where's that other rubber bushing? Or is that the one? That might be the one. Can easily get one. No biggie. I might have taken 6 out, but sometimes they always like it when you buy new parts and stuff. They always expect you to just get a brand new part, even though it may not look as if it needs a new part. It's just the way the game mechanics work, to be fair. Game mechanics. Right, that's all the bushings done. Right, let's get to the engine part now. So we're going to have to lower the car down. Actually, I think what I will do is I will drain the oil, because I think that's what we need to do for this car. Yep, and then I need to just fill some wind washer liquid. Windscreen washer liquid. Right, so let's drain the oil. Take the filter off. Wherever that is. There it is. Filters back on. Put it back. And then we can remove the covers now. I think it's just this end, isn't it? Right, so how do we get to this? Oh, we need to take the ignition coils off. These ignition coils have seen better days. Actually, I don't need to do that one. It's just this end. This is a V8 engine, I think. Because most of the stuff is a V8. Well, written on it. Nice cover, though. Like bright and wet, or brightly red coated. I think most people will call it a beauty cover, but there you go. Lots of I say screws, bolts to take out. Okay. And what is holding that together? Ooh, look at this for an engine. Look at all the timing belts that we need to take off. I'm so tempted to just take the radiator off just so that I can get to it. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Oh, forgot to drain the fluid. Damn it. Oh well, at least it was only 50 credits. Because we can always make up that 50 credits by selling parts. Right, so remove the belt. Try and remove all the belts if we can. Belt tensioner. Look at all these idle rollers. Wait 1 second, I don't think I need to remove all the rollers. I think we just need to remove a few of them. Or do I? What? This is probably going to cause me to get fined again. Can I drain the fluid like that? Oh no, I can't. Right. That's fuel pressure. Yeah, because for some reason when I took the water pump out, it fined me because I made a mess, apparently. I don't know. Okay, right, I need to take off the crankshaft. Oh, so I've got to take off all the rollers. Right, okay. Been going for nearly 3 hours, guys and girls. Crazy. It's probably the longest stream I've ever done, really. But yeah, I think after this car, I think I'll call it a day. Oh, so that's where the fuel rail goes in. Okay. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I've got to remove this cover as well. These screws take ages. Well, I keep saying screws. These bolts take ages to unscrew. Oh. Spark plugs need changing. Right, now I can take the cover off. Oh. Right, now I can take the timing belt off. Then I can take the cam gear off. And the camshaft. Right, there we go. Let's add the new camshaft on. Fasten that on, fasten that on, fasten that belt on. Interesting design for a timing cover. Right, so let's add the crankshaft pulley. Let's add the water pump. And the idle rollers. All right. Just put this back on. Yeah, I think for a bonus, I'll just do one more car, hoping it won't be too drastic in terms of the amount of tasks that are needed, because as I say, I've been going for 3 hours on the dot now. Okay, right, so let's see. Okay. I mean, to be fair, it does look like a nice engine when you know, see it up close. I might have to buy more spark plugs. There's always one spark plug that always gets on your nerves. Well, there's always one part that gets on your nerves, and it's one that is usually on one side. Right, which one is it? That one. Sometimes what you have to do is swap them over, and then they accept it. There we go. That should do it. Okay, so let's just... alright, I'm missing the... what am I missing here? Done that. Zoom out. Oh, I'm missing the plate. Right, hang on. It's over on that side. Right, which one was the one with the faults on it? Let's have a look. That one. Always get another one. Yeah, it's very... It has to be very specific to tell you that the part that you would have put on that would have, you know, been okay isn't the right part. It's just daft, really. But yeah, anyway, right, that's that done. As you can see, we're getting close to the end on this car, so let's just untick the ones that we don't need to worry about and tick the ones that we do need to worry about. So, well, it's just the ignition, excuse me, the ignition coils. And we can just add the, well, yeah, let's add the wheels back on. One more wheel. There we go. I forgot to put the timing belt back on this side. Bit crazy. What's stopping that timing belt? Oh, it's the... Oh, it's all the other belts, isn't it? It's very complicated. Let's take these rollers off again. It's like a maze of timing belts everywhere. I just don't get it, really, with the way some of these engines are. Just designed weird. Okay, right, so it looks like I'm going to have to, well, take the water pump off first. Let's have a look. Right, let's take the roller off. And that one off. Oh, you're kidding me. I've got to take the... Well, at least I don't have to worry about taking off the ignition coils because we've not put them back in. Yeah, very good. Remove all the bolts. Including that one. Right, let's take the cover off and just see if we can get to that timing belt. It's like disassembling the whole engine at this rate. Here we go. Right, so how... Right, so that needs to come out. That's the new one. That's the old one, which we will, excuse me, replace, which is that one. Then that one. Then put the cover back on. See, it's just those little things. Little things when you're changing timing belts. It's really annoying. Especially with all this complicated, you know, connections and stuff. Flipping heck. This is probably a modern car. Well, I'll have a look at the year of this car after the after when I put all these parts back. Let's see, right, roller B. Let's put that on. FIFA Nord 6969 says, how do I lower suspension on car? Well, what you need to do is you'd need to suspend the car in the air using a car lift. I don't think you can with the wheels. I think you have to adjust the... well, actually, no. I think you can. I think you have to adjust... You have to adjust something. I know that. I mean, I'm not really an expert. I mean, if you're talking about in-game or in real life, I could probably explain the in-game scenario. But for real life... That's a really good question. Because I know that you can get some cars that have dynamic suspension. I don't think you can lower the suspension in this game. Well, either that or I've not seen it. I probably should have asked that question in the beginning. Are you referring to real life or in-game? And then you said in-game, so... Yeah. Yeah, that is a very good question, FIFA. It's making me think as well. I mean... To move the car up and down, you have to use the car lift, which is basically when you might hear people say, I'm going to put the car on the ramp and then it goes up and down. I think it's to do with the hydraulics of the car. I think it's the hydraulics that you have to work with. I changed it wrong, and now it says front wheels are mismatched. Oh, are you playing as well? Are you playing Car Mechanic Sim as well? Yeah, it's because quite often what you have to do is you have to take some wheels off and then put them and swap them over. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. It's confused me a lot from all the cars that I've repaired up until this point. Right, what am I doing? In fact, what do I need to do? Ignition coils. Right. I can tick that off. Yeah, so because you get that error that says front wheels are mismatched, it usually is because depending on how the wheels come when the car gets booked in, so when you take the car in and you get it all like ready to go for repair, sometimes I think the wheels that have the low duration, so the low durability, so like 40%, usually I think are at the back. But what you have to do is, sometimes if you're not sure, you have to note down the representation of each wheel that the car comes in with and mapping exactly the same, location of the wheels when you fit them all back on. I think that's what you have to do. Right, let's have a look. Take off that, because that's going to confuse me. Right, there we go. Yeah, this game can be very, very strict with when you put, like, wheels that still have a bit of time before they run out, and the game doesn't like it, and then when you sell it to the customer, it's like, well, they're mismatched. We can't sell the customer, the vehicle in that state. You have to, change the wheels and stuff or move them around. It's really annoying. I have to admit, it's really annoying. Oh. Did I forget to put the spark plug back in? I'll put it back in. There we go. That's better. Right, which ignition coils need changing? I think what you have to do as well, FIFA, if you're still watching, is you see these little stars? If you go to the parts to fix section under the call button or the order button, select the parts that need, repairing, and it sort of gives you a guide as to what part technically needs repairing or changing to a full new part. For wheels, it's a bit of guesswork, unless the customer or whatever car you get and the customer says on the request if they want like the rims changing out on the wheels. So when you take the tyre and the rim off, you separate them with the separator, and then when you put the new rims on, you have to wheel balance the wheels. Usually in the first few cars that you start off with, you get a chance to basically change wheels out and what have you. Like, okay, right, let's have a look. I think I'll buy... Well, actually, what was I doing? Oh yeah, ignition coils. Right. Which ones need changing? That one. That one. And that one. Right, that's all the coils on. Let's add the covers, beauty covers as they call them. At least these don't have any bolts to screw it down into place. Let's take that off, take that off, take that off. The front bumper. Right, okay. That's a new one. What do I need to add? Oh, I need to add the radiator. And the fan that goes with it. Now, did it say drain the oil? Yeah. Okay. Did I change the oil filter? Yeah, I put it on, but then I didn't fill the thing with oil, did I? Right, let's add it. Let's add some oil into here. There we go. That's the car topped up with oil. I'll just add the washer fluid like this. There we are. Okay. Need to add the coolant now. There we are. Coolant's added. Front bumper. Body shop. Let's have a look. Right, I need to get the model of that car. It's a Bolt Hornet. 1996. Bolt Hornet 996. Let's buy the front bumper. There we go. This is a new part that I've not fitted yet in this game. Assemble mode. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Let's put the headlights on. Close the flop. Up. Normal mode. Oh, I would have preferred a bit more of a greenish style, but hey-oh, it is what it is. Right, okay, that's all the tasks done. Let's just double check, make sure that everything is in. Yeah, brake fluid. Actually, what does it say on the drain the oil, refill? Right, front bumper. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Fingers crossed. Hooray, we did it. And we've reached level 7. Okay, right. I'm going to do one more car, and then we're going to wrap up, I think. See if there's any cars outside that I've ordered. Well, not ordered, but, like, taken in. Not yet, so let's have a look on the phone. Do some basic one. Let's see. Ooh. Knocking sound coming from suspension. Let's do this one. 1993 Valzen 2040. Filter changes. Move car to lift A. Let's have a look in here. Right. So, air, fuel, and oil. Nice to see old cars still about, but I think in the future these will be a thing of the past. Like with all things, nothing lasts forever. Okay, right, let's have a look. So there's the oil filter, so let's go over and bring the oil drain across. drain all the oil off and take the filter off. So it's an I4 filter. Oil filter I4. There we go. Mount that there. Oh, I've got some spare filters. Okay, right. So now that we've done that, well, actually, I'll keep that under there just in case. Not that we'll probably. Well, actually, no, I can't because I need to move the car down. Need to bring it down. Take the filter off, which is there. Seen better days. There we go. There's the filter. And let's get the air filter as well. And we need to get the exact... Oh, that's the fuse box. There's the air filter. Cover. Bring that back. I4B. Got that right this time. So, air filter I4B. Ooh, it's a big filter. Well, I say it's a big filter. It's technically a small one, but I think that was just because of the picture and the way it was represented when it was first taken as a picture. Well, when the picture was first taken, rather. Okay, so that's that done. Ooh, timing cover's seen better days. Right, let's see. So that's the air filter changed. Let's add the fuel filter. That's that changed. Let's add the oil. Now that we've replaced the filter, the oil filter. There we are. Oil replenished. Close the hood, or the bonnet rather, and there we go. Oh, do that. And there we go, guys. So that's quite a significant amount of cars that we have repaired. And we are already about 3.5 hours into the stream. So, well, as I say, before I get carried away and repair more cars and spill stuff and what have you, because I know that on this stream we've had a lot of those, as I was suspecting it was going to be the case. But we've managed to actually make from, well, 1,000 credits, I'd say 1,300 credits, over to, well, a good value of 8,479 credits. But that does not end there, because if I go here and sell parts that are below or equal to 30%, that's our new total. I think I'll sell that as well, and that as well. So there's our revised total. So 8,844 credits ready for our next stream. Yeah, no problem, FIFA. As I say, it's a learning curve. This stream is partially a learning stream for myself, and possibly it gives you guys something to, you know, learn as well. If you were to, let's say, well, if you were interested in getting this game and you wanted to try it out for yourself. But yeah, I definitely recommend the 2021 version compared to the 2018 version. I mean, if you want to start off like very, very basic, then yes, definitely get the 2018 version. But then if you want to have that extra, you know, set of features, then the 2021 version is for you. So yeah, but of course, for those who want to be mechanics in the future, automotive mechanics, then this is the game for you as well. And yeah. Right, so I think I'm going to call it quits there for this stream. So, what I would like to say is we have done quite a lot of car repairs up to this point, and it has been an amazing experience learning about different car parts and, well, repetitive parts as well that we see on a regular basis, and we've changed, you know, all sorts of things from brakes to suspension to the flywheel, the clutch plates, topping up fluids, oil, windscreen washer fluid, coolant, power assisted steering fluid, brake fluid, all sorts really. We've done so much, but there's still more to learn, and I think maybe tomorrow I'll do another live stream of this where we continue on. What do you guys think? If you are watching live, I might consider it, and yeah, I think that might be wise to do so, depending on if I'm not busy on Saturday, which is tomorrow. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching this live stream, and if you have enjoyed what you have seen right here, then on the archived videos on Twitch, on YouTube, well, mostly YouTube, please leave me a like and leave a comment down below. And for those who are watching live, thank you ever so much for viewing and watching, as well as those watching it on the archive. So what I'm going to do now is, for those who are interested and would like to join my TNC Discord server or the Nexus Community Discord server, then I will paste this into the live chat. I'll just do that right now. So let me just do that. Generate link. Use the copy button. So yeah, I'm going to go on to Twitch, and I am going to now just paste in, oops, hang on, edit invite link, generate new link, hidden use copy button. Oh, I think it's because I'm streaming. All right. Well, anyway, for those who want the link, if they want to add me on Discord, I'll leave my Discord user in the well, actually, it's right on the bottom of your screen right there, Spidey244. If you just add that, you'll be able to find me. It's a little green spider that I've recently changed, which is really cute, in my opinion. And, yeah, feel free to add me on Discord. And then if you are interested, again, in joining, the TNC Discord server, where you'll find me in my web and a few of my other buddies as well in their VCs or voice channels. And if you want to know a bit more information about TNC and, you know, any past live streams that myself or one of the other TNC members has done, then, you know, feel free to reach out to me. And don't forget to follow my other socials as well, YouTube and Steam, and finally Battle.net. So yeah, it's been a great stream, everyone, and I really appreciate that you have put the time and effort to watch these streams that I upload and, well, create for you guys. And, you know, if you wish to participate in any of my future streams, then, you know, just let me know, and I'll be sure to get a slot in for you, so that you can, you know, become, like as Corpo195 has been on previous live streams, who was on earlier on as a guest commentator. So yeah, right, all that means to say is, once again, thank you ever so much for watching, and we shall see you in the next live stream. Bye bye and peace out. Spidey out.